Strong words. Love. Soul. And change. Yeah, this is Big Snoop Dogg. Coming at you live and direct. And I got something to say. You dig?
Let's change the world, divided we fall but united we stand. Let's change the world, no fights, no wars, oh let's learn to love again. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Whoa, oh, oh. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Let's make hope for the future.
Brother, 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 what will you discover if we come together and do it like we never? I'm just sick and tired, I'm fit to light the fire. Now put this on the wire, the devil is a liar. I do this with no hesitation, meet me at the reservation. Elevating, educating, meditating, concentrating. Replenish ya, finish ya, opposite of sinister. And I do it for the minister.
Let's change the world, divided we fall but united we stand. Let's change the world, no fights, no wars, oh let's learn to love again. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Whoa, oh, oh. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Let's make hope for the future.
Somebody need to stop the war. Man, the war ain't overseas, it's at your front door. And I done seen too many brothers shot up on the floor for more than drugs and some colors. And now you call us warlords. But if you can help it, then help it. But you ain't helping us. You so selfish and selfless, you wanna see us breathless and helpless. But I'ma hustle and tussle for all my brothers who struggle. Yeah, we bang the world. Now let's change the world.
Let's change the world, divided we fall but united we stand. Let's change the world, no fights, no wars, oh let's learn to love again. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Whoa, oh, oh. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Let's make hope for the future.
No killing, no shooting, no dying, no lying, no gang banging, so no more mamas crying. Everybody get along, man, that be the perfect song. Peace in the streets as I sit back on my phone, chilling with the president. He let me in the White House, back to the castle with the minister. No doubt, shoes at the front door. Love is what you come for. Let's get it right and unite, but do it
Let's
pronto.
change the world, divided we fall but united we stand. Let's change the world, no fights, no wars, oh let's learn to love again. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Whoa, oh, oh. Let's change the world, let's change the world, let's change the world. Let's make hope for the future.
Buying a home is a big decision for most of us. Even for a relatively modest property, the average homeowner slowly pays off a massive mortgage over the course of decades. But for some celebrities, buying a multi-million-dollar mansion in cash is a matter of habit. Some opt for an elegant and refined property, while others outfit their homes with eccentric features and gadgets. Today we're exploring the top 20 craziest celebrity mansions. Jennifer Aniston is one of the biggest and best compensated actresses in television history. Most famously, she was a core cast member on the sitcom Friends, and her film credits include Marley and Me, Bruce Almighty, Along Came Polly, and We're the Millers. In 2007, Forbes rated Aniston as one of the top 20 richest women in entertainment, and estimated her net worth to be about $110 million. According to Forbes in October 2007, Aniston was the top-earning celebrity in the entertainment industry. She was also Hollywood's most profitable actress. Aniston has been on the Forbes Celebrity 100 list based on on earnings and fame every year since 2001, topping the list in 2003. Needless to say, Aniston has a pretty impressive rap sheet and an impressive fortune to match it. But it turns out Aniston's favorite project was not a movie or a film, it was her own home. In a 2017 interview, Aniston described her process building the home with celebrity architect Stephen Shadley. "I'll be lucky if I ever do anything with this kind of team and freedom again. It was a project without a problem." Shadley, who has also designed houses for the likes of Woody Allen and Diane Keaton, helped Aniston revamp the fixer-upper 1970s mansion in Beverly Hills over the course of 2.5 years. With the input of her husband, Justin Theroux, Aniston decided to build a massive home meant to entertain many guests. They had timber flown in from Brazil for the hardwood floors, built an extensive game room, and included a 1920s Thai gong which calls diners to eat at the long walnut table, which can seat 24 guests. The simplistic Zen-inspired property also boasts his and her spas, a massive patio, and a sleek pool and hot tub. Love him or hate him, Tom Brady has a pretty impressive record in the NFL. He's one of only 2 players to win the Super Bowl 5 times and is the 4th all-time quarterback in passing yards. On top of this, a single contract extension for the New England Patriots netted Brady a whopping $72 million. His estimated net worth is around $200 million. So you can imagine that Brady's home is pretty impressive. But don't forget that this property houses not 1 but 2 major celebrities. Tom Brady's wife, Gisele Bündchen, has a net worth of more than $300 million. Making their collective net worth more than $500 million in total. That's a lot of buying power. The power couple have multiple properties, including a massive solar panel-adorned mansion with a moat in Los Angeles. But especially during football season, their main residence is in Brookline, Massachusetts, about half an hour from the Patriots practice stadium. In 2014, after selling their 18,298 square foot Brentwood estate to Dr. Dre for $40 million, the couple returned to the East Coast to custom design a new compound for $4.5 million. Their Brookline home, albeit about 4,000 square feet smaller than their Los Angeles abode, is no downgrade, however. The Mammoth, Massachusetts mansion boasts 5 bedrooms, including a master suite with his and hers walk-in closets. The family, notorious for adhering to the most particular plant-based diet, has an elaborate kitchen dedicated for their chef, Alan Campbell, to prepare their gourmet meals. As busy parents, Brady and Bündchen situated the nursery next to the staff quarters. The house also sports a sunroom, wine storage facility, and a library with a balcony overlooking the gym. The only celebrity couple with more cultural and financial capital than Brady and Bündchen is undoubtedly Jay-Z and Beyoncé. The couple have championed numerous industries from music to film to sports and business. Between their 2 massive fortunes, the couple are worth an astounding $1.25 billion. The couple recently bid a cool $120 million for a Bel Air mansion complete with 4 pools, 8 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, as well as an expansive kitchen, custom-made fixtures from Italy, bulletproof windows, a rooftop helipad for all your private helicopter landing needs, 15-car garage, and an in-house spa and fitness center with a 12-person whirlpool. Theirs is objectively one of the most impressive homes in the world. Though he's only been in a few projects outside of his eponymous television show and stand-up career, Jerry Seinfeld is one of the most successful entertainers of all time. In the final season of Seinfeld, he was the highest-paid actor of all time, netting $1.5 million per episode. He even turned down a 10th season, in which he would have been compensated $5 million an episode. Despite losing this opportunity, Seinfeld is by far the richest actor in the world, with a net worth of roughly $1 billion. He and his wife Jessica bought their current Hamptons home from music legend Billy Joel for $32 million. On top of a $17,000 coffee maker, the house includes a large manor house with its own pool and garden, as well as a 3-bedroom guest house, a main pool, a barn, and even a baseball diamond that Seinfeld, a New York Mets fan, had installed shortly after moving in. All this in addition to Seinfeld's incredible car collection, which includes over 150 cars that he keeps in a custom-built $1.4 million garage on Manhattan's Upper West Side. Though his personal life has been plagued with controversy, Tiger Woods is both one of the most talented and highest-paid golfers of all time. He first reached the #1 position in the world rankings in June 1997, less than a year after turning pro. Throughout the 2000s, Woods was the dominant force in golf. He won the 2000 US Open by a record 15-shot margin. He was the top-ranked golfer in the world from August 1999 to September 2004, and again from June 2005 to October 2010. So it comes as no surprise that Woods has an unbelievable Florida mansion. The $54 million property has a 100-foot swimming and lap pool, a 60-foot diving pool, a basketball tennis court combo, and a spa. On the oceanside portion of the property, a pair of docks can welcome visitors boating in from the seas. Unfortunately for Woods, as part of the settlement with his ex-wife, Swedish model Ellen Nordgren, he'll be forced to sell the amazing property. Oprah has one of the most impressive rags to riches stories in entertainment history. She grew up extremely impoverished in Mississippi, but through a career in acting, producing, and then as a media mogul, Oprah amassed a fortune of almost $3 billion. The tycoon has many properties spread across the world, including homes in Montecito, California, Telluride, Colorado, Maui, Chicago, and Fisher Island. But perhaps most exceptional is her $90 million Montecito home. The ranch-style house includes a pool, top-of-the-line horse stables, caretaker's cabin, an equestrian ring, and fruit and avocado orchards, and 44-acre dedicated preserve that separates her home from the rest of the world. Will Smith is a celebrated actor, musician, and philanthropist. He's been nominated for 5 Golden Globe Awards and 2 Academy Awards, and has won 4 Grammy Awards. Apart from his role on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Smith has starred in Men in Black, Hitch, and Shark's Tale, among others. Together with celebrity wife Jada Pinkett Smith, their estate is worth an estimated $300 million. The couple own a $42 million mansion in Los Angeles, in addition to a $20 million vacation home in Hawaii. The 150-acre spread is home to a 25,000 square foot house, complete with multiple swimming pools, personal gym, and helicopter pad. Though he passed away in 2005, Johnny Carson was one of the most celebrated personalities in television history. He hosted The Tonight Show for 30 years and set the template for all modern late-night shows. In addition to his career, Carson was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1992 and received a Kennedy Center Honor in 1993. His Los Angeles property recently went on the market for a startling $82 million. He bought it in the 1970s, so it has certainly accrued a ton of value since then. The main 2-bedroom home measures at 7,083 square feet. It features an entertaining lounge space that boasts 30-foot-high glass windows, along with an indoor arboretum perfect for any nature lover. The home also has an ocean terrace overlooking the Pacific Ocean. Though she's only 30 years old, the Barbadian singer, actress, and entertainer is one of the biggest names in show business. Rihanna is one of the best-selling music artists of all time, with 250 million records sold worldwide. Rihanna is the youngest solo artist to earn 14 #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100 and has a total of 31 top 10 singles. Her net worth is roughly $230 million. Unsurprisingly, her lavish lifestyle affords her a $22 million home on her home island of Barbados. There are 8 10,000 square foot apartments within the opulent complex that is just a walk onto the beach, each featuring 5 ensuite bedrooms that boast their own private terraces and dressing rooms. The Kardashians are the first family of reality TV. Their daily lives are the fodder of the hugely successful program Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Though they were poor American immigrants only a few generations ago, each member of the elite family boasts a net worth of at least $30 million. Much of their wealth stems from father Robert Kardashian's legal work in the 80s and 90s. Though there are more than a dozen homes between the various family members, perhaps most impressive is Kanye West and Kim Kardashian's stunning Bel-Air mansion, which includes 3 pools, a golf course, and an underground dance club. Adam Levine is most famous for fronting the alternative rock band Maroon 5. Maroon 5 has sold more than 75 million records, making them one of the world's best-selling music artists. But Levine's work on reality television and The Voice have made him an incredibly wealthy man. His net worth is close to $90 million. A huge percentage of the worth can be attributed to his $35 million mansion in Beverly Hills. His 9,200 square foot home was built in 1966 on a 1.2-acre lot, complete with a swimming pool, 5 bedrooms, including 2 master suites, 5 bathrooms, and lots of living space in the main house, as well as a 2-story guest house in the back of the property. LeBron James is without question one of the greatest basketball players in history. James' NBA accomplishments are extensive and include 4 NBA Most Valuable Player awards, 3 NBA Finals MVP awards, 2 Olympic gold medals, 3 All-Star Game MVP awards, and an NBA scoring title. He's the all-time NBA playoff scoring leader and has amassed 14 NBA All-Star Game appearances. After signing with the Los Angeles Lakers in 2018, he bought a brand new $23 million mansion in LA. It includes an indoor-outdoor gym, a theater room with a massive TV, showroom-level walk-in closets, cigar room with air filtration system, wine cellar, a spa, and a car gallery, just to name a few of the amenities. Elton John has written dozens of classic songs and is one of the most lauded musicians in history. In his 5-decade career, Elton John has sold more than 300 million records, making him one of the best-selling music artists in the world. He has more than 50 top 40 hits, including 7 consecutive #1 US albums. He has a net worth of more than $500 million. Like many of the stars on our countdown, John owns numerous homes, but his most impressive is in Los Angeles. Built in 2001, the 3-story Mediterranean villa spans a hefty 25,000 square feet. home to 10 bedrooms, 10 full bathrooms, and 12 half bathrooms. The deluxe property also boasts an elevator. It's worth about $33 million. At only 32 years old, Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanotta, better known by her stage name Lady Gaga, is one of the most important entertainers in contemporary pop music. Having sold 27 million albums and 146 million singles as of January 2016, Gaga is one of the best-selling music artists in history. Her achievements include several Guinness World Records, 6 Grammys, 3 Brit Awards, and an award from the Songwriters Hall of Fame and the Council of Fashion Designers of America. The notoriously eccentric celebrity spared no expenses when building her $23 million Malibu mansion. The house features a bowling alley, an 800-bottle wine cellar, a home cinema, a saltwater swimming pool, and 6 acres of oceanfront land. Most astonishingly of all, the home includes a full bat cave, stocked with live bats. Marc Jacobs is a fashion designer most closely associated with his eponymous brand. His clothing line has more than 200 storefronts in more than 80 countries. He also partnered with Louis Vuitton for his own collaborative luxury line. He's worth roughly $100 million. Jacobs' Marc 4-story West Village home was worth $10.5 million back in 2009 and has since filled the 4,500 square foot space with a variety of expensive art, beautiful furniture, and of course an amazing wardrobe. John Legend is a renowned musician, actor, and performer. He has sold more than 40 million records, and in 2018, Legend portrayed Jesus Christ in the NBC adaptation of the rock opera Jesus Christ Superstar. He received a Primetime Emmy Award nomination for his acting role, and won for his role as a producer of the show, making him one of 15 people and the first black man to have won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. He and model fiancée Chrissy Teigen have an amazing Los Angeles home with a Taoist-inspired Zen garden, wine cellar, and massive music complex. The 2,200 square foot structure is worth an estimated $30 million. Ellen DeGeneres is an American comedian, television host, actress, writer, producer, and LGBT activist. Apart from her stand-up career, she's most famous for her long-running Namesake television program. She's also one of the wealthiest people in show business. She's worth almost $500 million. Of course, she and wife Portia de Rossi own several homes, but the most opulent is in Beverly Hills. The immaculately decorated house includes a ping pong table by Argentine artist Ricrit Tiravanija that makes a playful statement in the entrance hall, which features a Serge Mouillet chandelier and a 19th century Agra carpet from the Morose Project. Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi added a pond to the grounds of the estate, which consists of adjacent properties acquired over time. The couple recently announced that this incredible compound was back on the market. The list price was a whopping $45 million. Ralph Lauren is an American fashion designer, philanthropist, and business executive, best known for the Ralph Lauren Corporation, a global multi-billion-dollar enterprise. As of October 2017, Forbes estimates his wealth at $5.8 billion, which makes Ralph Lauren the 91st richest person in America. Naturally, his home is fit for a king and painstakingly manicured. The Bedford, New York property has 50 acres of beautiful gardens, a 14-car garage, and a world-class art collection with pieces collected from French royalty, including Louis XV. This is in addition to Lauren's other properties, a minimalist Manhattan apartment, a rustic modern Long Island beach house, a ranch in Colorado, and a tropical retreat in Jamaica. The Bedford property alone is worth well over $30 million. Celine Dion is a Canadian vocalist with an impressive career. Dion first gained international recognition by winning both the 1982 Yamaha World Popular Song Festival and the 1988 Eurovision Song Contest, where she represented Switzerland. After learning to speak English, she signed on to Epic Records in the United States. Dion remains the best-selling Canadian artist and one of the best-selling artists of all time, with record sales of over 220 million copies worldwide. Though she recently sold it, Dion has one of the most unique celebrity mansions ever built. She sold the mansion for a whopping $27 million after listing it for an unbelievable $72 million. The house included 13 bedrooms, 14 bathrooms, and most famously a full water park-sized wave pool and slide. One of the most celebrated actors of all time, John Travolta got his start in the 1970s with hit movies like Saturday Night Fever and Grease. These movies hinged on Travolta's dancing ability more so than his acting skills, but he soon proved he had talent in such films as Pulp Fiction, Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, and Face Off. He boasts an impressive net worth of $170 million, and though he has a somewhat mysterious personal life, it's known that his home is equally as impressive as his career. Travolta is a certified private pilot who owns 5 aircraft, so it's only fitting that the 60-year-old actor's Florida home has 2 runways that lead directly to his front door. He and wife Kelly Preston have refurbished their home with reinforced walls, a full game complex, and stunning gardens. It's currently estimated to be worth almost $50 million.
Ooh-wee. Well, ready for evolution and welcome. I'm your brother and friend, Brother Eric Trey Muhammad. I hope all is well with you and yours. And I want to thank you for honoring us with your presence at today's special edition of the 90-day run to wealth. This run in particular today is open to the public. And what we do with this one, every third Tuesday of the run, we provide an open forum, an open house to show many of our wealth builders, our new affiliates, as well as guests, friends and visitors who may not be as familiar as to what true wealth building looks like, strategies, lifestyles, etc. We open up the third Tuesday of each month of the 90-day run in the hope that it inspires, that it encourages you to see more into your dreams, see more into your abilities, to see more into your realities, okay, or what can be an eventual reality. All right, pictured on the screen, you have Mr. Dr. Harold Constantine Zeitz, CEO and visionary, founder of Karadashians International. And the one thing that he has done at his own expense, but charged definitely to his heart, was provide a vehicle by which millions of honest people can afford and receive gold in small transaction-friendly weights. And this allows us to build a lifestyle that combines both leverage as well as exponential growth. We have the opportunity to earn 5 times a month, as often in the day as we like, depending upon the size of our dream, our determination, our desires, and our disciplines. We're fortunate to create a future, not just for ourselves, but for the unborn as well. So we applaud and thank Dr. Zeitz for allowing us the opportunity to legacy build, to wealth build, to establish a life that's better for a world to come, because we are here today. So the culture is taught through Wealth Builders Worldwide. It's a group of affiliates. We're a group of affiliates, independent affiliates of Karadashians International, who understand the value and the power of dreaming big, and building upon that dream. Everyone deserves to live a lifestyle of their dreams or their choice. Everyone deserves to keep a portion of whatever they earn. And as a result, we have learned the value of tying what we earn to an asset, an appreciating asset, the tier 1 appreciating asset known as gold. And you'll hear more about that as time permits. But if you're not as familiar, or you think you need to learn more, or you would like to get on board with Karadashians International, please, the person who invited you to this opportunity, get back with them and let them know you're ready to get started. Also, be advised at 9 p.m. this evening on our premier training channel, www.goldrocks.info, you'll hear a presentation from Mr. Al Murray. Mr. Al Murray will introduce you to, in real time, he'll introduce you to the full opportunity of Karadashians International and our culture, Wealth Builders Worldwide. Now, many of you who have enrolled, okay, you have enrolled and you've been a part of this journey with us now for 21 days. And many of you are enjoying a certain measure of success. Some of you have talked about it, bragged about it a little bit, expressed your praise and thanks to your creator for it. And it's also created a stronger bond amongst us as a family of wealth builders, because you need to be associated with like minds. You need to be associated within an environment by which you can unabashedly focus on your desires, focus on your goals, and you're in the right arena where people can be millionaires by accident, and they understand that, and they help, and we help to collectively grow each other into not only increasing our wealth, growing our businesses, but also protecting what we grow, protecting what we amass, and establishing it as an inheritable or willable asset to our generations to come. Those of you who enrolled, you received this book just this week. Is an electronic ebook from Mr. Grant Cardone called the Millionaire Booklet. And it was sent out to the few hundred of you who enrolled into this opportunity. Those of you who are part of tonight and those who may not have received it yet, if you wish to receive this book, it's an audio book, please submit your full name, phone number, and in the subject line of the email, put in book, please. But what's required is your name, your phone number in the email, and in the subject line of the email, write book, please. Okay, so we lean heavily in this opportunity with from the book of Think Big by Dr. Harold Seiss, and each chapter he titles it with a admonishment or as a guide, and we feed off of this on a regular and daily basis. You must burn for it to ignite the fire in others. Great accomplishments come to those who master their craft. Follow your dreams and don't let anyone get in your way. Never rest on your laurels. Give something back to the society that is given to you. I found the book interesting in many respects, particularly in the order that it has been written. You know, the order that this book is laid out really speaks to the steps that we follow in developing our dream, in the thinking outside of the box, to understand that thought pattern, that activity in our brains, in our minds, hearts, and souls are actually the real norm. You know, our roles in society have been such where they're classified as getting up, going out, clocking in, selling time for money, clocking back out, going home, or going to the next job, or going to school to further our training or our education into doing what exactly? Doing more work, selling time for money. Well, time freedom is one of, if not the most precious gift that any human being could ask for. Location freedom is a gift. Financial freedom is a gift. These three foundational gifts speak to the amassing of wealth, because you can concentrate on yourself, concentrate on your legacy, concentrate on your dreams. And of course, again, at 9 p.m. this evening on goldrocks.info, www.goldrocks.info, Mr. Al Murray will take you through a presentation that'll literally resonate with your very core, with your being. So what have we accomplished in these 90 days that we've been, it hasn't been 90 days yet, but inside this run, what have we accomplished in the last 21 days? Well, last week we discussed our bucket flow. Our bucket flow is something that I'll just briefly go through with you to show our mindset. See, we don't spend as a wealth builder, we save. That's what we do. We don't know how to spend. We save as wealth builders. Spending is not really a part of our vocabulary. We utilize the term for people who have not arrived there yet, who may not understand yet, but it's not a part of our vernacular. Okay, so give me 1 second here. All right, so when you look at it, we look at anything that we amass as salary income as our starting point. That can be, some of you have 401ks and retirement funds. Okay, some of you operating off of a fixed income. Some of you are operating out of linear income, which is also really fixed. When you're talking about your hourly wages and that kind of thing, or salary, you may currently have a job. Well, we put it all in one pot. That's your starting point. And that starting point gives you some immediate tracking. Okay, so what do? Immediately, we move it over to what you see on your screen on our right as wealth builders. we exchange the declining paper dollar for its weight and value in gold. So we exchange a portion of what we earn for at least 1 gram of gold per month in our own free gold accumulation account. Okay, so we save there. That's automatic. That's something we do without blinking. We do it as often as breathing. Okay, we save all that we can. All right, and we continue to invest in ourselves. So the first step in it was to establish our auto exchange. Then we move toward a 10% ratio, of paying yourselves first. Okay, and we add it to building our cash gold accounts. And in our cash gold, now this is real gold now. Okay, and in our cash gold account, we even take 3% of that at the end of the 30 days, and we have it shipped to us for our emergency fund. Okay, we have dream accounts that we've set up. You see those lavish homes of the celebrities that we showed today. Now, mind you, that's a pretty old list. That's a pretty old list. It's 2020 now. Some of these folks have decided to dream bigger, and they've expanded their dream, and they no longer have those homes. They've sold them off. They put them back on the market to gain greater real estate, greater ambitions, greater drives. I know for a fact that $300 million amassed by the Smith family, Will and Jada Pinkett Smith, is now currently more. I know for a fact that what you saw in the video from Mr. Jay-Z, Sean Carter, and his wife, Beyonce, where it showed their listed net worth of just slightly over $1 billion as a couple, is more. They've also acquired more property. And when you look at the list and how it went all the way up to Ralph Lauren and John Travolta and others, what you found is this was accomplished while they still yet live. And so it's a natural progression to want more, to have more when you have more as you live your life, because you have to have an end game. You have to have something in your future in mind. And what makes this so powerful, what you saw there in that opening, speaks to another sense of value and another aspect of wealth building. In this 90-day run, you're going to learn about protecting your assets. You're going to learn about protecting your and taking advantage of the tax advantage that you have in this free enterprise system as a wealth builder. Okay, you're going to learn these things from people who have absolutely done it, and that's what's important, because you know nobody ran a 4-minute mile until they saw someone do it, and now tens of thousands of people have done so in practice, let alone in competition, because it's been done before. There's been somebody ahead of them. It's the same way in the wealth building principles. In these principles, we learn from those who are in front of us who have done it, and it proves that it's accomplishable, and it's something that's absolutely duplicatable. So in our group economics philosophy as wealth builders worldwide, we understand the power of the keys, the key of leverage, meaning exchanging or declining, exchanging that declining paper dollar for gold, and the leverage of combined with exponential growth. So we have the dream accounts, and from the same flow, we learn how to manage the payment of regular bills, your normal activities, as well as the charities you want to give to. We talk about, and you'll learn more in the next module, those of you who are enrolled and will come back, you'll learn more about how to decrease the debt, to minimize the debt, to remove the debt if that's your desire in your households. There's certain things as good debt and bad debt you've learned from many wealthy people. We have the power and the ability to show those lessons, and you'll learn more about them as we move forward in our advancement of this course. But first and foremost, you know, we always have a housekeeping list. And I just want to know for the record, family, have you paid yourself first? You see, when your dream is big enough, facts don't count. When you understand that you're fighting with something well beyond you, then you already see the victory, then it's basically a no-brainer. You're willing to exchange any amount of those declining paper dollars into its power and into its value in gold. All right. So we will rehash over some of the things that we've done in the objective, and we'll talk about that shortly. We have been joined on the line by one of two of our guest speakers for this evening. And if he's available to come forward in the platform, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome Mr. Michael L. Dalco, the CEO. This is the man who is known as continuously empowering others. But I tell you what he's done for me. He's been giving out this Dalco juice lately. We've been making it available on pretty much every platform, every street corner, everywhere we can find a place to share this opportunity. This man is on fire. And we're so grateful and so honored to have him here with us. And Mr. Dalco, the platform is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Eric Toure Muhammad. And first, let me say thank you very much for inviting me on. And it's an honor and a privilege to be working in this business with you, brother. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, a true icon by himself, literally, Mr. Eric Toure Muhammad, though having an amazing pedigree, his father, Mr. Stokely Carmichael Kwame Ture, and he no longer stands in the shadows of his legendary father, but he's creating his own legend. And so, Mr. Muhammad, thank you very much for having me on. And then for everybody else that's up here on the platform, I can say, like the country boy that I am, hey, y'all. It's good to see you. Hey, Sister Cece. Hey, Roz. Hey, guys. Hey, Miss Vicky Hawthorne with the pretty hair. It's great to see you guys and be on here with you. I love it every single time I get a chance to share anything at any time. Literally, sometimes like I'm sitting here in my office and I'm working hard and I'm reaching out to people and I'm getting the word out. And I just get kind of, I know it's going to sound a little embarrassing and sappy, but I get kind of lonely. Like wealth builders lonely because there are not a lot of people who get it. Does that make sense to y'all? Like we're in the trenches. We're trying to get this message to the world. And the people who see it are the exceptional ones, and they are few and far between. And so it's not frustrating. We understand that that's how the game is played. But every now and then I was like, dog, I wish we could do another power call today, midday, like we do an evening power call, you know, just to kind of get your mind back right. Because this is what I do. Like, I don't know about you guys, like, this is my thing. This is not just my career. Like, this is who I am. I love this. Like, literally, I love it. Every time I'm out and about, we were out with the family today, taking care of some business. And my wife and my daughters, they stepped out, Miss Cece throwing up the heart hands. They stepped out the car for a minute. And as soon as I saw them walk away, I immediately got on my phone and called a new prospect, the guy that I met the other day. And I said, hey, do you need me to send you that link? You want to take a look at this? He was like, yeah. And I was like, boom. And I sent him the link. And I feel all this energy flowing because I know that at the other end of that video is potentially a person whose life I'm going to impact and have the potential to change their life and their family's lives forever. I keep thinking about Mr. Muhammad, my good friend and my homeboy, Mr. Johnny Price, who passed last Monday, I believe it was. He's been deceased for a week. And I remember when Johnny joined, and it didn't dawn on me then, but boy, after he passed, it really hit me hard, Miss Vicky, that I was able to say one little something, that man has been gone for a week and his team has grown over 50 members and he's getting paid and he's gone. Like that legacy, I had a little part to play in that. That's the mindset that I have when I'm talking to people. I know clearly, I know that the words that I'm speaking to them, if they get it, it's not just going to change them. It's going to change everybody that comes after them. Now I'm building a relationship with his daughter so that I can help her reap her father's income because it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. He built something, Miss Gloria, that won't stop. So I'm so excited about Karatbars. I don't have a lot to contribute today, Mr. Muhammad. I appreciate you for playing that dream video in the beginning because what that dream video did for me, Miss Debbie Shaw, is it said, That didn't overly impress me. Follow me for a second down this path, right, Mr. Bill? I saw it. I was like, oh, that's nice. But had I seen it 3 years ago, I would have been like, oh my God, wow. I would have been going crazy. Now, bowling alley, and that's nice. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. You know, indoor, outdoor gym. Well, that's pretty hot, LeBron. That's cool. But it's not blowing my mind like, because I know that all of us on this platform today have a vehicle that once we get it cranking, we can achieve that too. See, for people that work a job and they make $80,000 a year, their chin hits the table and they'll never be able to pick it back up because they see nothing in their purview that can give them the opportunity to achieve what they saw in that video. We're not like that. When you say $27 million to me, I go, okay. I was talking to a guy today. He was trying to give me an avenue to invest some money, Ms. Deb Nixon. And because, you know, you don't want to just have cash sitting around. And so the first thing I said was, well, I can just get gold. He said, well, I know, Mike, you got the gold on lock. He said, but I'm just trying to give you one more little avenue. He said, well, for $10,000 in 12 months, it'll turn into 25,000. Watch this, minus the fees. And so I was like, Miss April, I was like, 10,000. 25,000, so that's profiting 15,000 minus the fees. I said, bro, my gold did better than that last year and I didn't have any fees. You feel me, Miss Trish Mitchell? I just saved gold. Like, guys, I literally had a whole life policy, and I'm not crapping on people's products. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. So don't get mad. Just listen to me, those people that sell those products. I'm just saying. Go run the chart and see if Mike Dalco's telling the truth. So I had my whole life policy and I'm paying $500 a month because I'm old, you know, and the policy gets more expensive when you get old. So I'm paying $500 a month, $500 a month, $500 a month. And look, economics is not complicated. It's not complicated, Ms. Diane Ship. Literally $500 a month times 10 months, you should have what? $5,000, right? And if you go into that account and that account is not worth $5,000, you got to go in and start finding out what the deductions are, Mr. John Bell. So that account wasn't worth $5,000. It was worth like $1,200. And I was like, I paid $500 for 10 months. Why is this account only worth $1,200? And my account manager said, well, you got those fees for the first 12 months. I said, the devil is a liar. That's foolishness. I said, man, I could have put that $5,000 into gold. Gold grew 22% last year. What are we doing? God doesn't charge me those fees. So let me just go to my God broker and get my God money, which is gold. It takes a serious product to outpace what our regular flagship product is, which is gold. What normally people struggle with our business is this too simple. Like, it's literally blindingly simple. Get gold. Tell others. Grow your team. That's all we do. And they go, yeah, but what's the catch? The catch is you need to clean that wax out of your ears. So I only have to say it one more time. You get in business for yourself with the package. You get gold and you go share that with others to do the same thing. It can't be that simple. Okay, later for you, next person. Like, this thing is amazing. And sometimes when you guys hear me on the power call and I'm just like shaking my fist and I'm screaming and I'm yelling, I'm spitting all on my computer screen, it's because truly, God, flip that light switch on, man. And this thing is not clear. It's crystal clear, blinding light in my face clear. And I can't stand to see anybody struggle with this thing. Like, I'm telling people, let's go. For real, just do it. Don't put any thought into it. Stop overthinking it. Get a multi-goal package, set up auto exchange, and go find as many people as possible who will do those two things. It's no harder than that. Like, literally, every time you leave the house, talk to everyone. I know you're nervous. Talk to them anyway. I know you're shy. Talk to them anyway. I know they might say no. That's par for the course. I know they might be rude sometimes. Great. You won't talk to them again ever. You'll forget about them before morning. Talk to them anyway, because somebody out there is walking around going, man, I just need to do something else. That security guard that I sent my link to today literally said to me in the bank, I need to do something big before I check out of here. What a morbid conversation, but how real and transparent is that he knows that what he's doing is sitting inside of a bank, hoping he doesn't become target practice. He's 56 years old. 56 years old, still risking his life. The only security guard in a bank. And the people that break in, if they come in to steal, he risking his life over something that's not even real. It's paper. He's defending paper. I got paper all over my desk. That's not real money. He's risking his whole life for something that he can't leave as a legacy. It's losing value every day. And so when I approach people, I don't approach them from the standpoint of they might say no. I literally am running around saying, I could care less who says no. I'm looking for whoever says yes. I'm never stressed about no's. I don't remember anyone in 6.5 years telling me no. I can't remember one of them. I can't give you a bona fide example of, oh, I remember when I was at the restaurant and that lady, when we were parking our car, she was waiting on her car and she told me no, she wasn't interested. I don't remember her. I don't remember anyone. My wife literally said yesterday, I can't stand it when Mo does this. She said, hey, have you heard from so-and-so? She mentioned this guy's name. And I said, I wish you wouldn't do that. I really do. Like, I didn't think about that person until you just said it. Like, I don't even want that energy of people who can't see this. I'm concerned for you. I want to send you to a doctor's office to get checked out when you can't see carrot bars. Don't remind me of somebody who didn't see it or who did see it and quit running. I don't think about them either. Like, oh yeah, they were in the business, weren't they? Man, don't make me think about that stuff. My energy is focused on you guys and we're running together. You know, I love April Johnson, but if April Johnson starts running, I promise you, Miss April, I'm gonna forget about you. Forgive me now. Go ahead and forgive me right now. Because if you start running after about 3 months, I mean, oh yeah, somebody said April Johnson, oh yeah, I remember her. I ain't heard from her in a long time. As much as I love Trish Mitchell, one of the first people to get a package when I got into business, her and her business partner. I love me some Trish Mitchell. If she start running, I will probably forget about her in about 6 months. It'll be a little bit longer than you, Miss April, because I've known her longer, but about 6 months, and she's gonna be out of my memory because I'm running. And I can only remember the people that's beside me while I'm running. I replace people in a heartbeat because I don't have the energy to think about, oh man, Trish, she was doing so good. She's right there. Man, she's on my power leg too. She got tens of thousands of units. She just got to find one dreamer. One, man, Trish Mitchell, man. I remember the good old days when she got that package, man. Boy, we took off, man. We were running together. Oh, I wish she would come back. I ain't got time for that. No. I'll be like, man, Billy Bill, man, we running. Oh, Trish, oh yeah. So please don't bring up the people that are not running anymore.
Hey, Mr. Delco.
Yes, sir.
Look, I'm gonna say, look, Trish, he won't forget you.
Yes, I will.
He won't forget you, Trish.
Yes, I will.
CeCe Mahone called me. I just saw you, CeCe Mahone, on the video. You calling me CeCe. Okay.
Look, I'm going to forget about him, Mr. Best. Here's why I know it. Here's why I know I will. Yeah. Because I don't mean forget nefariously. I don't mean it negatively. I don't mean like, forget you then. I mean, oh yeah. Like, it's out of my mind because my mind is so focused on the task at hand that any one person that I take the time to lament over, it's going to derail me from my goal, right? That's why I tell you guys, always be looking to, as Mr. Best taught me, to replace leaders with leaders. Like as bad as Eric Teray Muhammad is, who is the next guy who's going to take this kind of initiative? I want to find him. Eric Teray, you better not stop running, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm ruthless now because I know how good this is. So don't stop running.
Hey, all I'm going to say is that I say, you don't forget him. We'll be sitting on a beach somewhere And that's what we'll think about it. We'll be sitting on the beach, sitting there with a cup of drinks, and we'll go, hey man, you heard from Trish? Hey man, he said, no, man, they ain't heard from her 3-4 months. What happened? That's the way, I'm telling you, that's the way it goes. But it's not a bad thing. It's a survival mechanism to get to when you start building business, you start focusing. You don't have that energy. You're spending all your energy thinking about the people who are doing it. Okay? And that takes all your energy, takes all your focus. And then all of a sudden I say, man, we ain't heard from so-and-so in 3-4 months on the power call. You go, oh God, that's right. We ain't heard from, and then watch this. And I'm gonna tell you, now I know Mr. Deck will send us stuff, but we'll reach out a lot of times and say, hey, I call him myself. I say, I ain't heard from so-and-so in 2-3 weeks. I call, say, hey man, you okay? Oh yeah, okay, all right, great. But I tell you something else about that I've learned too. I'm not trying to switch the subject, but like I'm here, see, watch this, folks. All of us have behaviors and habits, right? I hear from certain people all the time, every week, once a week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes once every 2 weeks. If 3-4 weeks go by and I haven't heard from them, you know what I say? They doing something else. They changed their habit. I know they do. They ain't even got to tell me. They ain't got to call me because they've been calling me for every week for 2 years. And all of a sudden they disappear. I go, they doing something else. That's another, and I don't want to know what they're doing. I don't have any, bent up feelings in reference to that. I feel people got the right to go do what they want to do. I'm just focused and running. Okay. You talking about prospects. You know why you get caught up in a prospect? Because your list got 5 people on it. When you continue to expand that list over and over again, and you keep 100, 200 people on your list, man, you can't even remember the people told you no. Look, Val people sometimes say, I said, Val, I told the guy this, so I told that man, I told him, they got my car, they got some CDs, they got a book. This person's got a book, a CD and everything. I mean, Val was like, I said, Val, I talk to everybody. So I never know who's gonna do it. And all I know, all it takes is one. See, you think you're looking for hundreds. No, you're looking for Trish Mitchell. You're looking for April Johnson. You're looking for CeCe Long. You're looking for that person that got that tenacity, Deborah Nix. That's who you're looking for. You're looking for another Billy Bill. Look, I can see her anytime Billy Bill called my phone. I said, Billy Bill, my wife said, I know you got to take that. Why? Because Billy Bill ain't calling me talking about, man, this COVID thing got everybody upset. Okay? Hey, Billy Bill called me and said, hey, I would like you to welcome this brand new person to the team, to the family. That's what that phone call's about.
That's right.
So it's a priority thing, and you may not understand that when you got 50 people in your group. When your group get to about 1,000, then 5,000, and you're getting 50 to 100 phone calls a day, it's not you're forgetting anybody. Your brain is focused on who you're helping and who is running, and it's easier to run with that. It's easier to run with 50 than it is to carry one.
Ooh, please, Mr. Best, would you say that one more time?
Yeah, say that again.
It's easier to run with 50 than it is to carry one. And some of us run around carrying the 1 or the 2 or the one who promised they're gonna do it. They're gonna get it together. Well, as soon as we get through this, as soon as we get through the Super Bowl, we're gonna get together. Well, as soon as we get through the NBA playoff, we're gonna do that. As soon as my kids graduate from high school, this graduation ceremony gonna be in May. I'm gonna get busy, and you keep waiting for that one instead of constantly every single day out there. You're in the hunt every day. You're cool about it, but you mentally, you're in the hunt every day. Okay. So anyway, I didn't mean to jump in there. I feel him because I'm where he is. I can look. I have prospects and people right here in Newport News 2 or 3 times over the last 6 years. And the guy say, hey, man, you gave me a card. You told me the thing in Walmart 3 years ago. I said, evidently you didn't get in. So why? I said, 'cause I don't know you. I don't remember. He said, I gave you my card. Yeah, man. I got one guy, seriously though, this is true. I done prospected him for about 6 years in a row, at least 3-4 times a year for 6 years. Every time I see him, I said, man, you a sharp brother. What's wrong with you? He said, man, I mean, that thing look good. I said, no, man, you too sharp to miss this. I can't believe you don't see this thing. Here's my card again, man. You got to go check I figure one of these days I'm going to catch him when the boss just ticked them off, fired them, laid them off, cut his salary or something. Because one of the things you got going in Virginia, everybody's employed by the Defense Department. Everybody here works for the government. This is one of the most stable places of employment in the world. Because 80% of people here work for the government. Everybody income tied to the defense contractor somewhere. In Newport News, Hampton, Tidewater area. You got, the Newport News ship, and you got Fort Use, got Army bases, Navy, everything is right here. Okay. And so the unemployment rate, when it's bad here, they say unemployment is around 7%. Okay, 7.5. They claim it's bad. Okay, because literally there's always something for somebody to do. So people get a sense of comfort. And then you talk to so many people here who've been in the military, who are 41, 42 years old, already retired, working on their second career. Well, you touch the guy that's 60, they done had 3 retirements coming. So you got that kind of thing on it, and they feel comfortable. And Mr. Delco said it earlier, you got to knock them out their comfort zone. Whew, let me be quiet, man. Look, I was running late all day. I don't know what you guys been talking about. I just want to say, I don't have anything to add. You got your 90-day run, put the blinders on, run. Okay, your leadership is superb. Brother Eric Ray Muhammad is on fire. He did a presentation there at 12 o'clock, fired me up. You guys understand? You guys fire me up. When I listen to you guys on the power call, I get fired up. When I miss the Dalco, I get fired up. Okay, CC fired me up yesterday. I had to go do an hour stream by the time CC got finished talking about what you know you don't know. How about that thing? I listened to that thing. I got so fired when she finished. I was cranked up, man. I said, I got to go do that. I got to go do me a video on that. I just took what she said. Okay, what you don't know, you don't know. Woo! I went off for 45 minutes. Okay. So nothing to be said. This thing is so simple. We complicated. Mr. Delco say the best. Keep this thing. I don't let people drag me to a lot of stuff. I gotta tell you, I'm gonna tell you how simple it is to me. I had a couple just get their VIP pack, a couple VIP packs, and they told Mr. Best, you don't get $100 discount. You get a 10%. You don't get $100. You get a 10% discount on the package. I said, really? She said, yeah, it's in the back office. It's a brand new person telling me. I don't know how many packs I've moved since January. I go in the back office, look it up on the down. December 19th, that change was made. I was like, oh. See, I don't even know. A new person's telling me. I guarantee I done sponsored at least 5 VIPs easily in the last since January. Okay, I've given them a profit card. It's right here. I tell them the profit card to give them a $100 discount. They put the profit card in. They don't call them back and say they got a $300 or $400 discount. I think they think they're getting over on me or something. I don't know what they think because they haven't told me. I didn't even realize it. See, all these details some people think they got to know, man. What did Mr. Delco say? You just got to keep this thing so simple, save a lot of gold, tell a lot of people, make a lot of money. And then let them complicate it down the road. Anyway, any question, Mr. Eric Ray Muhammad, good afternoon.
Good afternoon and ready revolution for all of you, man. Listen, before we move on, I want to say a couple of things. One, we have a corporate call tomorrow from corporate. Please make yourself available for it. I believe it's at 2 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to be on YouTube. Just check your back office and you will see the information in relation to the call on the latest news, and make sure you're a part of it. We have new announcements, new product lines coming down, and we're extremely excited. And things just change all the time. And this is when you know you're in something that's real deal, because of the stability that it has, because it has the ability to innovate, because it has the ability to create and reserve flow, revenue. You know, it's a game changer. This is a game changer like no other. So again, make sure you're a part of that call. I want to just share with Mr. Dalco, Miss April Johnson said she's running forever, you know, and Trish said she's gonna be on the beach right there with y'all. So I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah, right. hey, Mr. Muhammad, can I say one thing though? And I'm gonna tell you, and this is something that I was coming to. I think I covered this yesterday, but I want to touch on it real quick. With all the things that go, the most important thing you can do in this business all the time, the number one activity you can do in this business is to build your network. That means to be talking to somebody new every day. Do not let a day go by where you aren't introducing this thing to somebody new, or to an old blue dot, or to somebody who's sitting on the fence. You want to be trying to either wake somebody up or bring somebody new into the business every single day. And don't let a day go by. Just make that your number one. That's the most important thing you can do every single day. A lot of little details I don't get around to doing, because my number one thing is I'm always going to answer this telephone. If I'm available, period, I'm going to answer this phone. I'm going to talk to somebody to help expand the network. Okay. Your residual income comes on the size of the network. Great, all the new stuff we got coming out. Great, all the new ideas. But the person that makes the most money, I've said this, I know you guys have heard me say this, is the person who builds the largest network. And so, and then watch this, is not, you're not out there trying to get 1,000 people. You're trying to find another person just like you. Okay, he'll do what you're doing. The scripture said, if one can put 1,000 flight, two can put 10,000. Well, if you're the one, that means all you're looking for is one more and you're free. You're one phone call from that one person that says, I get it. Get out the way, I got this. Okay? And that's what you got to keep in mind. I don't care if you got 25 people on your team, you're still only looking for that one. When you find that one, your team will go from 25 to 500 so fast, it'd be like, wait a minute, it's just two of us doing something. That's right, two of you running. And then all of a sudden, something else gonna happen. When you're out there running, more and more people get exposed, and you can find another one and another one. And by the time you have 10,000 people in a group, contrary to what you think, it's only a handful of people that are serious. I mean, when I say serious, I mean who are after this thing 5 and 6 days a week, okay? I mean, you might think Mr. Duck and I sitting there with 100,000 people on the team, but if we were to say how many people think are serious, now when I say serious, I'm talking about hardcore. I'm talking like Eric Teray serious, Billy Bibb serious. You understand? I'm talking about serious. Like, see, they're all the time. You see, most of you on this call, I'm preaching to the choir. Because I know almost everybody, almost every name on this call, I know. That means you serious. See, if there's 100,000 people there, I know Sylvia Clark, I know Uniso, I know DeMauer, I know Dan Schiff, I know April Johnson, I know John Bell, I know Billy Bibb, I know Fonda, I know Danny James, I know Diamond Jones, I know Debbie Shaw. I hear Debbie Shaw like every month. Debbie Shaw from Ellenwood, Georgia. I know who she is. Okay? I know Roz Rain, her mom. I know Edith. The fact that I know you, Gloria Bass, says you serious. Do you understand? Okay? You want all the people on your team to know Eric Muhammad. You want to know everybody on this panel. You want to know who Mr. Mike Delco is. And if you aren't telling Mike Delco, I tell Mike Delco's story 5, 10, 15 times a day. Yes, what do I do all day? I sit with his earpiece on, and when people start, I said, man, let me tell you about Mr. Delco. I talk about Mr. Delco like I'm a Michael Jackson fan. It's like, man, all you do is talk. I don't talk about me. That sounds goofy. Talk about me. I talk about him. I talk about him getting a Mercedes. Okay? I talk about Cecil Holmes' video from yesterday. You in constant, man, I need to calm down. Okay, you understand what I'm trying to tell you guys. This thing is so simple. If you do some fundamental things, get your ass off yourself, think about your team, and be fired up to see other people succeed. Fired up, man. I know who Tris Mitchell is. I can see her in Hong Kong. That's important. That means you plugged in. Okay? I know Debbie Nixon. Okay? See, I mean, I know the voice. I can hear the voice on the power call. She don't have to say her name. I know Debbie Nixon. I hear Debbie Shaw. I said, that's Debbie Shaw. And Ellenwood was why I used to live in, right there in Conley, Debbie. That's why every time you say that, it sticks in my mind because I lived in Conley. When I first moved to Georgia back in 1995. And Conley and Ellenwood was right there beside each other. Right. Okay. In fact, I almost had the same post office. Okay, but Ellenwood post office further down the road. Anyway, but so that's important. I remember the first time I met April. And then she was doing that thing. Then she brought her husband to the first Let's Go weekend. He's been cranked up ever since. Okay. This is important. So we got a strong, man, you guys are strong. I'm just excited for you. Hey, Miss Sylvia Clark, Carolyn Williams, I know who you are. Okay. That's important. That means you're plugged in.
Mr.
That means
Beck,
you're serious about this thing. Yes, sir, Mr. Delco.
I have a question for you, and not to hijack the good Dr. Eric Teray Muhammad's call, but I do have a burning question. This is a real question. Like, I haven't asked you this before. It's a natural proclivity for a human being to think about self. It's really not even selfish. It's just, it's survival, I think, instinct that we do think about ourselves. I was listening to a sociologist. He said, it wasn't a sociologist, it was a photographer. He said, when you look at a picture, it could be 30 people in the picture. What's the first thing you look at? You look for you. You don't look for other people. You look for you. And when he said that, Mr. Best, it really kind of messed me up. So I started training myself to look for other people in pictures when I look. I know that's simple. Ms. Roz Range asked me today, she said, because I was doing a live stream, I said, I will tell you how I did it to the best of my ability. And she texted me, she said, tell me how you did it. It's not one thing. It's all these little pieces of things that I would have to slowly and meticulously walk you through even how I save a name in my phone as a prospect. So when I say, I train myself to look at Roz on the picture before I look for me. Matter of fact, I'm about to get to the point where I don't even find me. When I look at a group picture, I look for everybody else. I try to not look at me. Mr. Bass, how do you train yourself to stop thinking about you first? What's the psychology? How do you do it? Because look, wait, before you answer it, let me tell y'all why I asked him that. This dude never thinks, not to my knowledge, every time I talk to him, he's talking about helping somebody else. He never talks about himself, ever. Going on 7 years, I've never heard him toot his own horn yet. I mean, he gives us his testimony about the business and how he matriculated into the industry, but not just like sitting there talking. He's always talking about me or Mo or my kids or Jason or Alan or so. He's always thinking. And how do you do that, man? Well, how do you get there? That's not normal.
Okay, I know we're gonna have a serious talk. Watch this. This serious talk. Watch this. How do I say this to you? You know, in Les Gibbons' book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, says everybody has a stamp on their forehead that says, make me feel important. Make me feel important. They also have a stamp on their forehead that says, what's in it for me?
Mm-hmm.
What's in it for me? Now watch this. You think everybody comes into business because they see something for themselves. The trick of the business is to realize in order to get something for yourself, you got to get the eyes off yourself and think about other people. Now, some people never make that transition. They can't do it. They're too self-centered to get their eyes off themselves and think long-term about helping other people. But if they understood the business, then watch this. This is going to tell you something about me you don't understand. My service of other people is truly an act of selfishness. Wrap your mind around that for a minute.
You got to break that down, preacher.
Oh, see, look, most people think we give because I'm just such a giving person. We give because we internalize a philosophy that says the more I give, the more I'm going to get. If you believe that, then you become an abundant giver. You give your time, you give your energy, you give out CDs, you give out books, you give out money. You're just constantly giving because you can't outgive God. But if you come from that place where the more you give to the universe, the more the universe gives back to you, actually giving is the most selfish thing you can do. But if you don't believe that, you can't give. You trying to hold on to everything, but you can't get nothing. You said if your fist look like this, you can't receive anything. But if you constantly like this, stuff constantly being poured back into you. I hope I'm making sense to you.
Totally.
The act of giving is actually a selfish act in itself because you get satisfaction from giving. I had this conversation with Val. Val's like, but I'm always giving them always. I said, Val, let me help you out, honey. You know why you give to people? She said, why? Because when you give, it makes you feel good. She said, what? I said, when you give, do you feel bad or good? She said, I feel good when I give. So act of giving is actually a selfish act in itself. I know it's a high level concept to think, but ask yourself, when you do something good for somebody, do you feel good about it? I mean, in almost every case, I don't care what, if you do something for your mama, sister, cousin, friend, stranger, when that stranger on the corner asks you for $5 and you give it to them, do you feel bad giving it to them or do you feel good giving it to them? When you're in a position to help one of your relatives, somebody out with some money or something, do you feel bad giving it to them or do you feel good? Giving is something, in most cases, if the person is right from your mind, you feel good when you give. So in many ways, giving is a selfish act in itself. That person who's small-minded can't see that. So they're trying to hold, man, I can't give them my $10. You know, I worked hard for that $10, not knowing they can give away that 10 and pull back 100. I mean, the other day I'm going to a food line. This little lady came to me. She had to be about 70, and she started to stir. You know how to do the stir when you're on the street, right? Let me tell you, this had me. I just want to get something. I said, stop. I just really, look, I don't even want to hear the stir. I reached in my pocket, pulled out $20. I said, take this. She said, what? I said, lady, if you 70 years old asking for money, I don't even want to hear the story. I know it's sad. You can't be out here asking for money. I don't know what, I don't Here, I gave her $20, right? I go in the food, I'm telling you guys honestly, I go in the food line, come back, I look at my back office, I made $400 in 30 minutes.
There you go.
I said to myself, now, I said, just people don't understand, but this has been my life. This is my life testimony. I can give you situation after situation where I'm not saying I give to get, I just give. And a lot of times where I get does not come back for the person I gave it to. I've invested countless hours in people who I've invested hours, some way more hours in people that I've ever invested in Mr. Dalco or the Dalcos. I'm talking about months and years of effort and time and people that have never bear fruit. I've invested way less time in Mr. Dalco. And think about your sponsor. I invested maybe 30 minutes of time in him 17 years ago. Okay, he was brand new to the industry, had no credit, but I still I'm free. I'm making $70,000 to $80,000 a month when I met him, gave him some information, gave him some CDs, and 17 years later, he called me and said, can I get in Karadash's? And he sponsors Mr. Dalco. Now, I could write stuff like that in a book all day long. I got one more story, ain't got nothing to do with networking. Watch this. I didn't cover it the other day when I talk about keeping your word and being a person of your word and trust and loyalty, right? I think I told Mr. Delco this story before. I had a guy back in 1983, 84. He just bought a brand new house. He asked all the employees at Ford Motor to come help him move, okay? And all of them said they're gonna come help him move on that Saturday. Now you understand, this is Saturday, 10 degrees above zero in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I get up Saturday morning at 7 o'clock, it's snowing on the ground. I'm like, I don't wanna go. But I told him I was going. I was gonna be there, right? I was the only one showed up. Everybody else we worked with, none of them showed up. It was snowing, it was cold, they didn't show up. That was in 1983, in the winter of 84. I'm sorry, winter of 84. Okay, now let's fast forward. A year and a half later, he's a manager at Toyota Motor Sales USA. This job came up. It's a white guy now. This job came up. He recommended me for the job. He just recommended me for the job. He fought for me to get the job. Because not only did I help him Saturday, and two of his high school buddies came to help him move into the brand new house, weren't finished moving. I came back on Sunday and helped him 2 days in a row. Now, we weren't that good of buddies. I just did what I said I was going to do. I gave him myself, my time, my Saturday, and a year and a half later, he got me the job at Ford, at least got me the interview at Ford Motor, at Toyota Motor Sales. I got the job, but it got me the interview. Now, that's what I mean by the law of reciprocity. Okay? You don't know where it's going to come back. That's why I pass out tapes, I give out books, and we've been blessed so much by this business. I really believe, I know it's a long answer to your question, but the point I'm saying is this: give. That's all I'm trying to say. You give and trust that it will be given back to you.
That's right.
Okay. I believe that. That's my core belief. So me giving, in my opinion, is a selfish act, because I know the more I give, the more I'm gonna get. My lifestyle has proven that. And I believe what you've achieved, Mr. Delco, is an indication of your life. See, let's start talking about me and Mr. Delco. I believe the fact that you are on this call, the fact that you've had the vision to see Karadash's, okay, is a blessing that's been bestowed upon you because of something you've done in your life that merits this blessing. Wow. Because the fact of the matter is you could not be here. Ask yourself, out of all 7.5 billion people on the planet, why do you see Karadash's and they don't? Why have you gotten a phone call and answered the phone call and got the vision and they haven't?
Come on now.
Okay, I know it gets a little too spiritual for some people, but so I don't want to take it to church. But I'm saying you can classify it any way you want to classify it. I don't have an understanding why I can put 100 people in a room. I say the same thing to all 100, and 30 will get that vision. They'll see it like the scales off. They see it, and then another 30 and 40 say, "Man, I don't even know why I came to the meeting." We used to say a long time ago, "Tell everybody and let God put them in. Don't worry about it." That's why I don't worry who gets in, who stays in. I don't spend time on that. But the trick is to get your eyes off yourself and start thinking about your people. Then, by the way, it becomes a habit. You think about your folks first, and you think about your folks long term. And watch this. Now, let me say something here. That does not mean you carry them. You got to watch what people do, not what people say. Oh, you hear me? Because you have people say all the right words, but they're not doing anything. Watch, are they on the power call? Watch, are they on the freedom call? Have they got their package? Or are they on auto save? Okay, when you call an event in Atlanta, you live in Atlanta, do they show up? When you call an event in Alabama, do they show up? When you call a huddle, do they show up? Watch what they do, not what they say. And give your energy and time to people on the team who do what they say they're going to do. That's it.
Wow.
So that's it. Okay. Now, by the way, I wasn't like I didn't come in the industry like this at 1983. I was not. Something as simple as I know I've told this story before, guys. But look, Val's I will be taking Val out to get something to eat. Okay, I'm running my mouth. Look. Let me tell you. You heard me tell this story before. That one of the first functions I went to. Watch this now. And I was supposed to go across stage for some recognition. And that word I again, I didn't feel like I had done that big a deal. Okay. So I neglected to go across stage for that recognition. I said, man, ain't no big deal. It was like 2,000-3,000 people there. I said, I'm not going across stage for that, man. That's nothing. That's my arrogance, hubris, whatever you want to call it. And when my sponsor, he come running over me after the recognition was over. He come running me, he said, man, so why do you go across stage? I said, man, I ain't done that. That's no big deal. He said, when are you going to learn it's not all about you? So who's going across stage? I was the one going across stage. It is all about, he said, no, you going across stage elevates the belief of other people in the room. If you walk across the stage, and wait a minute, now you understand, and I'm the only black guy in the room. It's like me and Val, only black couple in the room. It's like 3,000 white folks in the room, and we were one of maybe three couples who achieved this particular level in the company. And we didn't go across stage. He said, man, do you understand what you would have done for so many people belief in the room that you just walked across the stage and got that little tiny bit of recognition? I said, Jesus Christ. I said, I don't understand this business at all. What's going on here? Because, you know, and I had to really stop and start really becoming a student. Because this business is, to use Mike Delco's words, the antithesis of everything we've been taught.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And I started learning then, getting my eyes on myself. I started reading books, Dale Carnegie's How to Influence People, Les Gibbons, How to Have Power and Confidence in Dealing with People. And you start reading that stuff over and over again. And you go back to scripture and you say, what? The greatest leader will be who? The greatest server. And you serve people. And when you serve people, people will support your vision of what you're doing. And when they feel like they can count on you and you do what you say you're going to do, and they know for a fact that you want their success as much as you want your own, okay? That you're not going to give them some wrong advice because it benefits you today, okay? Same thing when people ask me, should they come to Let's Go Weekend or buy a VIP package? And I say something to them, I'd rather you come to Let's Go Weekend. See, that's a whole another psychological thing that's going on. When I say, wait, they know I'm about to make a direct commission when they buy a VIP package. And I say, I'd rather have you at Let's Go Weekend. We can get your package when we get back. And they go, what? I said, because you get a package right now, pay me 10%, but you get a package will elevate your belief. And the most important thing I can do is get you to believe. Mm-hmm. And you get that at Let's Go Weekend. The belief is not in the package. Commitment might come from getting the package, but your belief is more important than your commitment. Let me be quiet. I know it's not X's and O's and cross the T's, but I'm telling you, when you get this stuff right and you start understanding how to really work with folks and don't get frustrated when they frustrate you, that's another reason why you read. Because people will frustrate you to no end in this business.
Oh yes.
Okay, you want to take them out. I mean, you know, look, they know they broke. You know they broke, and they go and they come with some reason why they won't on the power call. Or they come with some reason why they missed the freedom call. Or they come with some reason why they missed whatever the reason why they missed certain things that could benefit them. And you want it for them so much. And you got to still be patient. And you got to always leave the door open for them. Don't fuss anybody out, man. Nobody works for us. Everybody's an independent. If they didn't come to me and say, hey man, maybe make the next one, man. Get to the next one. And then wait a minute. And then you get them on a Zoom that I'm doing and let me fuss them out. See, that's another reason why you use this forum. See, I can say things to your friends that you can't say. Don't go to your friends and talk to them like I say, hey, now you know you're broke. I mean, you know, come on. How you know you're broke? You got to go to work in the morning. Now, they don't know me. They can get all mad at me if they want to, but they're still like you, Trish. You know what I'm saying? And Trish, you go, oh, that's Tyrone, just being Tyrone. He crazy sometimes like that. And they'll smile and you know, and they go about their business. Okay? But they'll think about what I said.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? When I say stuff like, I can't stand people saying to me, well, every time somebody say they comfortable, I want to reach through the phone and choke them. And many folks on the line, they know they said it the first thing they heard about Carabas. They went, I'm comfortable. Or they're hearing it from their friends. Somebody says, I'm comfortable. I'm good. I'm good. Okay. Stop. Man, you guys, see, I don't want to, see, I'm like Mr. W, I'm so crazy. I don't really want to do these Zooms because I know I'm blowing folks out there, but this one, Tyrone is off the chain because, man, look, I got 100 grams of free gold on Monday morning. I didn't know I had, Mr. Delco had to tell me again. It was Tuesday morning, Monday morning, whatever day this week it was. I didn't know. I mean, for doing what I would do for free. See, I would do this for free. I've been trying to educate people about being in home-based business to not have to pay 30% income in taxes for 37 years. I do it for free. Got nothing to do with Carabas. Got nothing to do with networking.
Hey, Mr. Best, let me say something, and this will probably send you down another rabbit hole. I don't mean to, but sort of I do, because I like for people to, I do really like, I like to push him to say the things that he and I talk about when I'm getting that one-on-one time with my mentor. So I'm going to say this because Trish Mitchell and Roz Range are on this line, and Billy Bibb too. This goes for too. I'm looking for people that I've personally sponsored on this first page here. I can say this unequivocally about these three people, and this is why, Mr. Eric Ture, I feel like I'm so blessed, because this is not normal, what I'm about to say. And don't stress yourself out, Miss CC, if this doesn't happen with you like it happened for me. Billy Bibb, Trish Mitchell, and Roz Range have never, I mean it, because I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. They have never stressed me out. That's not normal. For you to sponsor people, personally sponsor them, and those people never give you a minute's drama. Or Roz Range, bless her heart, the most drama she's ever given me is, Miss Delco, why make this $3,000? That's the kind of drama I want. She absolutely does not understand the comp plan. I'm fine with that. Ms. Ron, 60, what are you, 61, Ms. Ron, 62, something like that, 61, what are you? Something like that. But okay, so and when we start getting in our mid-50s and 60s, we start forgetting how to use the computer. I was literally on a Zoom with my best friend, Jason Pompey. He's 51, and he was looking at the screen. This is, I swear, y'all, this is exactly how he was looking. Check this out. He was like this. I said, boy, you getting old. We bust out laughing. I'm literally watching him get old. I met that dude when he was in his 20s. And then he getting on the computer screen like his dad. I said, you turning into your dad, boy. So I like those kind of problems. I like the problems when Miss Ross can't figure out where the money came from. I didn't buy these 15 grams of gold. Where does gold come from? But they have never given me 1 minute's worth of the drama. They literally listen to Ty Best and they do what he's proposing. I don't want to say do what he says, but they do what he's proposing. And they're enjoying their experience with the business. So guys, give yourselves time to succeed. You know, you may not hit the lottery like I did to find such amazing people who fall in lockstep. We get a package, they get a package. We get an auto exchange, they get an auto exchange. We go to Hong Kong, they go to Hong Kong. We go to South Africa, they go. You get to South Africa, you get off the plane, and there they standing there looking at you. That is just, that's what amazing. You dream about, man. You dream about that.
That is phenomenal.
Yes.
You have a phenomenal team of folks who, I mean, like I said, my hat goes off to this whole wealth builder team, guys. When I say this to you, thank you, Mr. When I say this, 37 years. I'm not, as Bishop said, I'm not polishing your apple. I'm not trying to say something to make you feel good. I'm trying to tell you, This Wealth Builders family, men who are not on this stream today, is the most unique organization of people that I've ever worked with in my 30s, in my adult life, including corporate America, but definitely for 37 years in networking. This is the most caring, and Cece Mahone can see. I keep referring to Cece. You know why? Because Miss Mahone has been around like I have for quite a while. We're seasoned. We done been through some things. We done worked with some people. We done seen some crazy CEOs, some nutcase CEOs. We done seen some stuff, some crazy. We can't even tell you the stuff we done seen. Okay, that's why we can see it and care about. You in heaven right now. You don't even understand. You in heaven. Okay, this is incredible, and we're surrounded by incredible. Look like Mr. Clewis Cox and the price he thinks he's always doing for the team. And Eric Terray is available for anybody in the world of carry bars. I mean, come on, okay? And so this thing we have our hands on is very, very special. And there's no other organization in my mind in the world of network, not my mind, in my experience. This is in my experience, like this organization we have here. No other organization, period. I've never been involved in one. I've never heard about one. I've never seen one. I don't know of one. And I know almost every company out there. I know leaderships, and I know leaders, and I'm talking about top income earners, $1 million a year income earners in every program. They come on our calls and they say, man, I don't know what you guys doing over there. Okay. I've had them get on the calls and call me after the call. They get on my freedom call and call me after the call. I said, man, what are you guys doing? They call me on the power call and said, man, you guys have an open call like that every day? Just people chiming in? I said, yeah, 6 days a week. I said, I won't tell you, okay, you guys don't have any mandatory purchase requirements? No. And people just go get the gold when they want something? Yeah, they do. I mean, everything we tell them is so contrary to everything in this industry. Everything. That's why I make the statement. I said, we're here. The whole industry is somewhere here. That's everything else is out there. They're out here somewhere, and here's carry bars. That's why you don't know we up here. The only way you know we're way up here, you got to get in. And you got to do something. You can't read about it, you can't hear it. Because every company say they're great. Every company say they're the best. Every company say they got the best product. You don't get it until you sign up in carry bars and you get in and you start doing a little thing and you start making a little money and start saving gold, accumulating gold, and then a year or two go by, you say, let me get this straight now. All I've done was exchange some dollars for gold. I got a bunch of gold here in my house. I'm getting paid on a consistent basis. And I can do most of it on telephone. And no one's called me back yet and said the gold don't work. The product tastes funny. When the product gonna spoil? When the product gonna expire? Okay, I got too much of this product. Can I sell it back to the company? None of that. And when you share it with somebody who's fired up about making money, it's like, get out the way and let them rip.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see you're watching a combination of spark and gasoline. You got when you have, they talk about Magic and Mike and all this, and I get that. But man, when you talking about spark and gasoline, look, Mr. Dalco pulled up to the station on fire. And here's Mr. Best just pouring the gasoline, just pouring it. And that's all of us. That's the opportunity we're in. With your permission, gentlemen, I would like for you to give us closing comments after I show a couple of slides real quick, and want to get some acknowledgments out the way. So in this opportunity, we've been blessed to share strategies that have proven themselves to some people, some who are on the stream that will be more than happy to share what they've accomplished. But what we did over the last couple of weeks, we did this one consistent exercise. What we've done, we've identified our spending habits. We looked at what was frivolous, what we were throwing away, and we allowed that to create a surplus for ourselves, and then we didn't put ourselves in a position where we just spent it because now it's freed up, we saw it. We began to do what the wealth principle encourages. We pay ourselves first. So we identified the spending habits, and then we allocated what we recovered into an area of surplus, and then we moved that, because it's not savings yet. It's not savings until you exchange that declining paper dollar
He got another
for
thing.
its value in
But
gold.
you had to tell them.
We then moved it into our cash gold accounts, and we began saving our gold. So there are many on this stream that have done it. And for me, it was one of those situations that was a revelation for me, because when I was working the plantation, I was spending $3 to $5. Well, no, the truth is $3 per cup of coffee, because I had an employee discount. That was the plantation perk. That's the PP. Okay. I had a plantation perk. Okay. And I was spending this $3, but I was working 90 hours a week. Folks, I was buying coffee 3 and 5 times a day. So let's just say I was spending on coffee 3 times a day at $3. That was $9. Now, when I came into the world of Karadash's, you know, a week of spending in coffee was more than a gram of gold. And when I realized that, I immediately started changing those habits. So I moved that into gold. And then I went down the line. I saw myself doing the same thing with potato chips and junk food, snack foods, you know, comfort, anxiety things you eat. Then I found myself going less to the fast food drive-throughs, because I understood the power of what was going on. And as we did it a year ago, next month, it'll be a year next month, where I discovered the power in our savings, our gold accumulation savings program. From a free position, it was our month of Ramadan a year ago, and I was saving everything that I was no longer spending. I was saving it in gold, in the business accounts, in the family accounts, in my account. And other members of the team were duplicating that effort. And I was on the power call a year ago next month. I'm sitting on the power call waiting to announce the victory of people acquiring packages and achieving ranks. And I'm literally going through my expenses versus what came in. And I'm sitting there on the call, I'm waiting to come on. And I crossed out one expenditure. I said, oh, I'll take it from the unilevel that came in. And oh, here's another expense. I'll take it from the unilevel. And I just kept going on like that as I'm waiting to come online. And then right when I was called on, I realized that I had gone through my entire list of expenses for the upcoming month, and I still had money sitting in my unilevel savings for the month. And I hadn't even gotten paid yet for the weekly payout. And that means I was free for the entire month of August, you see, of expenses. My daughter's graduation was coming up. Things were happening. I looked like Big Willie. My wife was Big Wilhelmina because she sponsored me. So we identified those things. So we utilized that platform in this exercise. And utilizing this exercise, we just encourage people to make a list. Get rid of that savage thing called spending, put it all here, then move it over. Look at how many times you spent on that in a week, and then you'll see how much you developed in your household immediately. So when people tell you, I ain't got no money, man, I can't be getting involved in that. I can't be doing X, Y, and Z. I got to go make so-and-so. You've already made it. You come from abundance. It's just a matter of identifying what God has given you. Look, people are jobless right now, and they're spending every day. How are they doing it jobless? Because the job had nothing to do with what you will into existence. And that's a whole nother subject, but that's what we do. And so there's a couple of people on this line who've achieved some victories through this. And I like to bring brother back out of his comfort place to share a little bit with us. Yeah, Brother Brady, if you're still there, will you unmute your mic and come on and tell a little story about how you got your glory? Brother Braden, are you available?
Good evening, Brother Eric. I was not prepared this evening, but but yes, I will. I did a check of this list, and I'll turn my camera on here. I did a little check of my list to see what kind of disposable income that was in my home, that's sitting here just taking up space. And following that checklist, I talked about my $2.96 coffee that I get twice a day. for 7 days, or for 5 days now. I'm on a reduced schedule. I looked at useless drones I have and airplanes and the whole 9 yards of stuff in my house just sitting here. So I took an inventory and started calling around, getting prices on it. And I put myself in a position that once all this stuff is liquidated, that I'll be looking at somewhere around 130 grams that I'll be able to put into my family's lineage of just useless stuff. Extra TVs, extra cell phones, and just useless stuff that is getting ready to put a big chunk into what I've saved. And by the way, when I say that, as a KARDASHIANS member right now, I have more physically saved than I ever have had in my 51 years of living. I can take the goal that I have right now and cash it out, and it will be more than I have ever had in the bank at one time in my adult life. I'm getting ready to turn that up. But I heard Ty Best say something and Michael Delco say something. When I liquidate this amount for the 130-ish grams of gold, I'm putting it in my wife's account so I can earn a commission on it so that I can turn around and more.
Now you cooking with grease.
I want to pour some gasoline on that fire. Thank you, Brother Eric Teray. Thank you, Mr. Ty Best. I don't miss a call when you speak. I listen. I don't get a chance to talk a whole lot, but my ear is ever present to the cause, ever present to this mission. And my results may not be what I want them to be, but hey, it comes in time. Ty Best told me one thing that I will stick to is give myself time to succeed. Thank you, Brother Eric Teray. Ready for revolution? Back to you, sir.
Hey, look, I just want to say, man, thank you for sharing that story, because I'm telling you, Braden, that's KARDASHIANS to me. When we say everyone wins, okay, the amount they win and the pace but everyone wins. If you don't do anything in KARDASHIANS but save gold, you win. Okay? And I've made the statement, unlike I said, I've accumulated more net worth in 6 years in KARDASHIANS than I did the first 30 years in this industry. And I have to ask myself, how did that happen? Because of the education that we've gotten about how we just waste money. You know, I mean, just, you know, like you said, you looked around your house and just found just stuff just laying around that you don't even utilize. Okay, man, I say the same thing, folks. Do a quick story when people say, I can't afford to buy a package. I said, let me come in your house and look around. If I can't find something to take to the pawn shop and get $300-400, I'd be glad to buy you a pack. Man, the average person got thousands of stuff sitting around the house they can liquidate tomorrow. They may not want to, but they can. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Back to you, Mr. Muhammad.
Thank you. So, look, I want to also congratulate Deb and Ken Nixon. I see that drone there, Brother Braden.
3.5 grams right here.
Woo.
Haven't been flown in a year.
I want to congratulate Brother Ken and Sister Deb Nixon for being debt free. I want to congratulate them. They deserve that. They deserve that. Hey, Sister Maui, they deserve that, you know, and we need to see those kind of victories. You want to share a little something before we close out, Sister Deb?
Yes, Brother Eric, real quick. Just know, guys, material things can be blown away in a hurricane tomorrow. And when you live in Georgia and you live in Florida or anywhere on a coastline, for that matter, you always have the chance of that happening. And more we see these things. But it took us getting in Karatbars and deprogramming our past from our parents and reprogramming what we've learned in this business, Karatbars and Wealth Builders Worldwide, particularly, to totally get debt free. Now, I'm not saying we have some credit score that'll blow somebody off. I'm going to say this to you very loudly and clearly. We no longer care about a debt number. It doesn't exist in our life. So we got rid of the credit cards, cut them up. We tried to settle on a car and get rid of the payment, and we made them an offer. They said no, so we said, come pick it up. And we went and bought another car. We are debt free because all that matters right now is to get our dreams in our daily life. So we no longer worry about a credit score. And you'd be surprised how people look at you when you have a debt to income ratio of 0. So it's pretty good.
Mr. Best knows what that looks like.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. And we like it. And the stress is gone. We no longer have a bunch of crap in our house that we don't need anymore. We're over all that.
Don't speak too loud, Miss Debbie. My wife is nearby, and she's been on me about moving some stuff. No, I get it, sweetheart. I get it. She just
So all I want to share with all of you is reevaluate your household. Do you have a lot of stuff you have to leave behind if you're gone for someone else to go through and sell at a yard sale? Honestly, think about those things because if so, have a yard sale now and get some gold. Ooh.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to you. And that's a victory for all of us to show that it's possible. Why is it that tens of thousands of people are now running that 4-minute mile or less? Because it was done before. You know, done before. It's an easy fix. One last couple of slides and then on to our closing remarks. So the let's see. Okay, I won't go through all of that, but I lost the screen. I'm trying to take it back to those because I got a few text messages. People want to know how they can get that booklet, the millionaire booklet. Okay, and it keeps jumping across the screen. So what you do, family, is just go to send me an email, etmuhammad@gmail.com. All right, please submit your full name, your phone number, and in the subject line, place book, please. And that'll be our gift to you in this whole wealth building effort. All we're trying to do is retrain our brains. The 4 influences that our wealth builder leadership has showed us in our presentations. We're talking about the mental, the spiritual, the physical, the emotional. We encompass all those, we embrace all those and retrain our activities to accomplish the goals that we desire. We just, as Mr. Besser, we have so much minutia between these ears, you know, and as we're able to shovel that stuff out and get it out the way, shovel it and get out, and it takes a shovel, 40,000 hours of programming. We have to shovel, get it out to make room. We share the victories of many wealth builders. Why? Because it helps to create room in your expanse. Self-awareness, we naturally receive it, but we don't naturally exemplify it. We don't wake up aware. Someone has to prick the conscience. Someone has to pique the interest. Someone has to bring an opportunity. Someone has to offer an invitation. Just imagine what it did for you and just imagine for the millions you have yet to touch. So arm yourself, fortify yourself, carry the tools that will grant you the success that you desire. Mr. Dalco, then on to Mr. Best. Closing comments, please.
Well, I feel blessed to have been on here with you guys today. And I had a revelation, like literally, Mr. Muhammad, this group call today gave me a revelation. I want to be a part of a Facebook live stream where we go round the table and do what Mr. Braden Colding and Ms. Deb Nixon just did. I don't think it'll be all that sexy. You know, I don't think the people will be like screaming and running like they hit the lottery, but I think it will appeal to the 40 and over crowd who wake up in the morning thinking about their mortality. Because, man, one of the most amazing, exciting things I hear in the world of carrot bars is that testimony that Deb Nixon, Braden Colding said, man, I've saved more money than I ever. When I heard Mr. Best, who's made millions in this industry, say he and Val have saved more. See, people in America, we always have this ridiculous conversation about how much you make. You know, I make 6 figures a year. Great. That's great. But how much do you keep? That's the conversation that we should be having. That's the mature adult conversation. The childish conversation is how much you make. Who cares? You can make 100,000 a year and you spend 99. You're broker than the person who made 40 and only spent 20. Deb Nixon says they don't care about a credit score. They're out of debt, period. So how much do you keep? Ms. Deb Nixon, that was inspiring. And so, Mr. Muhammad, I nominate you to be the guy who puts forth that initiative to get a big old live stream like this everybody's cameras on, and we get on here and we talk. When they start talking, I literally start logging into my accounts going, oh, like, we don't even think about how rich we're getting. My last statement, Mr. Best told me the Bill Ford story. He said he was sitting at lunch with Bill Ford. This is the grandson of Henry Ford, the Ford Motor Company,
yes.
the Ford Motor Company. And he said he's sitting at lunch and they got to talking about net worth. And he asked Bill Ford, what was his net worth? And Bill Ford didn't know. He didn't know what he was worth. And it was like, you don't know. And he said to Mr. Best, if you know how much you're worth, you don't have enough money, right? And I submit to you guys on this stream, Miss Edith Smith, you don't know what your net worth is right now. You don't even know how much gold you have. That's the power of Karat bars. You accumulate gold and don't even know how much you have. None of y'all. And I need to go and take inventory. And by the time you take inventory, you probably earn another gram. That's how great this business is. So Mr. Eric Teray, put that together for us ASAP, where we can go live stream on Facebook and help these people in the world who are chasing dollars every day instead of learning how to accumulate wealth through this gold savings plan. Thank you guys for having me on.
Thank you, sir. Consider it done. Mr. Tyrone Best, Newport News, Virginia, in the house. Look at me. He's warming it up. He's getting the neck loose.
I'm telling you, I said, I can't see. Mr. Delco just cranked me up. He said so many things I want to comment on. I'm going to keep this thing under 1 minute, folks. First thing is, Mr. Delco, you make me sound so sophisticated. When I'm sitting beside Buell Ford, I didn't ask how much I didn't ask what net worth was. Those words weren't in my vocabulary. I did what we said they were. Hey, man, how much money you got? That's the conversation. They weren't all sophisticated. What's your net worth? It was like, hey, man, how much money you got? He said, I don't know, maybe first said, what do you mean? How much money you got? For real, how much money you got? He said, $35-40 million. He said, I said, you know how much money you got? I mean, because I'm coming from this place of absolute ignorance about wealth and money. Graduate from college, working with a Ford Motor Company. I said, oh, you mean you don't know how much money you have? He said, well, Tyrone, when you got that much money, you got money tied in real estate, other things, stock, property. One day you worth 45 million, next day you worth 40 million. You don't know. He said, but it'll go up to 45 million, down 6 million. You don't even feel it. I said, what in the world? And all the things I've done in this industry, got retired 25 years ago, made made millions of dollars in this industry. I never was in a place where I did not know how much money I had until Karat bars. I can sit there right now to tell you, I'm so clueless, really. I'd have to see, it'd take me a couple hours to try to figure it out. And I still won't come within, I don't know what I come within of, because I'll forget, I forgot I got gold in this account. Or I forgot I got some money on this card over here. That, because I got 5 MasterCards. And so, stuff is happening all the time. That's what you have in your hands. And that's what you're sharing with other people. So Brother Muhammad, I can't wait to see this call, because Debbie Nixon and Brandon, you guys just said it, man. I've had more people come in and say, I've saved more money. This is the first time in their entire adult life. These are folks 50 and 60 years old who never saved any money. Mm-hmm. And then they got money saved. And more important than that, they actually have hope. They might be 55, 60, 65. They have hope. They see a light at the end of the tunnel before they saw none. So I'm going to be done here, man. Let me grab my wife. She didn't be in the car, wait for me in the garage saying, I said, I'll be right back. That was an hour ago. Anyway, but she done got, after 37 years, she done got used to it. She probably listened to the music or listened to a CD or something. So God bless, man. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Delco. Thank you, Ms. Cecil Holmes, Mr. Clues Cox, the My Way whole team, Diane Ship, Ms. Debbie Shaw, you guys. Hey, Mr. Deborah Nixon, thank you guys. And Brother Eric Teray Muhammad, I'm definitely waiting for the revolution, and it is definitely necessary. And this is a revolution, folks. It's a financial revolution, and we're completely off the radar. People don't even see us coming. God bless. Thank big. Ahoo.
Thank you, family, so much for the honor of having you here on this public forum of the 90-Day Run to Wealth. Teams, those of you who are enrolled, you'll be back with us next week in the next session. Look for the materials that will arrive in your email in the days to come. Thank you all for participating. Get back to the one who invited you to this stream and let them know you're ready to get started, because I know you are. I know you are. They're running a race to victory. They see an end game because they see their future. You are partnering with them now. Get back to them and let them know. And if you don't have a clear understanding of what this is, please join us at 9 p.m. where the coach of coaches, Mr. Al Murray, brings the noise on www.gorocks.info. And I'll see the rest of us tomorrow morning on the Eric Trey Muhammad Facebook page, because class will be in session 8 a.m. Eastern. We're going to be in session because CC Mahone has advertised it everywhere. We'll be there. Peace and power, family. Thank you so much. Forward. Ahoo.
Brother Eric Trey.
Ow.
Ow.
Ow. Ow. Ow.